की जय। We would like to stand up to welcome our PT.Suraj and our Pandit. Hari Om Swastina Indro Virasrava Swastina Bhoga Vishwaveda Swastina Kanacho Arishtanevi Swastino Vrihaspati Dadhatu Brihadasva Maruta Krishne Vadara Savam Yavano Vedade Pujagmaya Agnejuha Manava Surasacheso Vishweno Deva Navasaga Mendya Varankarene Sarvaya Deva Varambachi Mahiriyatra Hapire Subhalum Saharum Redvase Mahim Deva Hitam Nidhayo Adhyadishvane Varatyayo Maitani Vishwani Pujata Pradigriyanam Janamamanaso Ramanakaso Suryo Jayata Chokrado Ila Prancha Mukha Kirajayata Sajanta Valjanta Vipamyana Devesa Raidu Kyatikiram Godigajanam Trahuvan Ki Jai. Please be seated. Thank you.
Hare Rama 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 Sita Rama 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 Hare Rama 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 Sita Rama 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 Hare Rama 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 Sita Rama 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 Hare Rama 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 Sita Rama Rama Sita Rama Rama Sita Check. Everyone, clasp our hands and close our eyes. Praise to the Almighty Ganesh. Pranamya Shirsa Devam Gauriputram Vinayakam Bhaktavasam Smare Nityam Ayuhu Kamat Se Praise to the Almighty Lord, Shiv Bhagavan. Namami Shamisha Nirvana Rupam Vibhum Vyapakam Brahma Swarupam. Namami Shamisha Nirvana Rupam Vibhum Vyapakam Brahma Praise to Sri Ram. Varnanamrt sanganam rasanam chandasamapi mangalanam chakartaro vande vani vinayako bhavani shankaro Welcome to the third night of this Ramayan reading, done by myself and my fellow brothers. Some of you may have had a long day, and maybe a stressful day at work, or maybe a stressful day at home. Let us now bring our minds back to the atmosphere of bhakti with this beautiful bhajan. Jai Raghunath, Jai Siya Ram, Jai Raghunath, Jai Siya Ram, Jai Raghunath, Jai Siya Ram, Jai Raghunath, Jai Siya Ram. Veera Hari Prabhu Glories to Sri Ram, Sitaram devotees. I would like to welcome all of you tonight. I am honored to have this opportunity, as it is always a pleasure to read the glories of Sri Ram. As always, glories to Sri Ram. In Janakpur, he broke the bow of Shiva, and he married Sita Ma. How beautiful are the pair, Sita and Ram. As he was about to be crowned, Keikei devised a plan. He was banished to the forest for 14 long years. Glories to Sri Ram, our one and only Sri Ram. Today, as we dive in to Kishkindakan, we take a look at Sri Ram as the ideal friend. His wife has just been carried off by the demon Ravan, and he aimlessly wanders the forest with his brother Lakshman. What do we sing? Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram. 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 आगे चले मोती रघुनाथ We see that the great poet Tulsidas, who wrote the entire Ramayana, wrote many verses of couplets to teach us a lesson of Sri Ram's birth. We see here that in these very two first words, Tulsidas gives us a lesson. He says, Aage chale. Aage, coming from, and chale, going to. Sri Ram is coming from losses and sorrows. He has been banished. He has lost his father. He has lost his kingdom and his life of luxury. He has lost his wife who has been stolen away from him. Yet, he continues on forward. How many of us would stay this strong if this was our life? I've seen a person lose their phone, and it is as if they've lost their entire world. When a person loses their wallet, it is as if they've lost their identity. When a person loses their keys, it is as if they have lost their way. When a person misses their train, it is as if they have lost all direction to go anywhere. When a person misses a meal, it is as if they have not eaten for days. And finally, when a person loses a pen, they are dumbfounded and cannot speak or write. Bhagavan Ram lost his wife. Would you continue to battle against all odds if this was you? Or would you give up? Maryada Purushottam Sri Ram says never give up. He never gave up, and he sets the example to tell us never to give up as well. But what is it that pushed Sri Ram forward? What is it that kept him going through all these miseries? Faith. Faith we know. Faith is the bird that continues to sing even when the sun has set. Faith is the lighthouse that shows us the way in the dark. Prabhu Sri Ram had faith that he would find his Sita Ma and bring her back safely. Now his search with Lakshman led him to a mountain, Rishabh, where the monkey king Sugriv was staying with his friends. As Sugriv saw Ram and Lakshman, two men of such valor approaching his kingdom, he feared for his life, he feared for his kingdom, and he sends Hanumanji to see what they want. We all know Hanumanji. Gyan Gunasagar Hanumanji takes the form of a Brahmin and appears before Ram and Lakshman, and he asks them who they are and why they're wandering the forest. Why did he take the form of a Brahmin? Brahmins are always supposed to be questioning things about knowledge. Brahmins are not supposed to be there to fight like a Kshatriya is. They're not going to fight any wars. But they're there to inquire about things so that they can benefit themselves and learn more. That is what a true Brahmin is. He praises them first and he asks them who they are. Bhagavan Ram responds, Kosalesa Dasarath ke jai, Hum pitu bachan mani banai, Naam Ram Lakshman do bhai, Sang nari sukumari suhai. He says, we are the sons of Dashrath. We have come to the forest on our father's command. Our names are Ram and Lakshman, and we are wandering this forest in search of my bride, Sita Ma. We have told you our story, O Brahmin. Now please kindly tell us yours. Hanumanji falls to the feet and bows to Sri Ram. But this is an interesting scenario because how does Hanumanji know that this was the Lord? He just introduced his name. How did he recognize him? Did Sri Ram say anything to Hanumanji to hint that he was not now a man but Paramatma, but a god? Could Hanumanji have heard of Sri Ram's glories deep in the forest where he lived? It is very unlikely, because we know that bad news travels faster than good news. In business, I'm a business student, I know. In business, bad customer service received by a customer, they will go and tell 9 people about it. But when a customer receives good customer service, they will only tell 3 people about it. This is the statistic. So, when people gossip, they only speak about negative things. How did Hanumanji know that this was the Lord? It is said, a thrill ran through his body, and he could not speak. This is how we know we've experienced God. Mama gun gavat pulek sharira gar gar gira nayan bahunira. It says when we hear certain praises, mantras, or songs being sung so beautifully, a thrill runs through our body. Our hair stands on end. We cannot speak for a moment, and in some cases, tears fall from our eyes, and we do not know why we're crying. The songs, the mantras, whatever was sung beautifully, whatever touched us for that moment, they conjure up devotion within us. They make us experience that feeling of God, that feeling of bliss for a moment. Recollecting myself now, what does Hanumanji say? Bolo Ram, Bolo Ram, Bolo Ram, Bolo Ram, Bolo Ram. I did not recognize you, O Lord. But how is it that you did not recognize me? He says, I am dull-witted, I am deluded, I am even ignorant, O Lord. But how is it that you forgot me, your devotee? Hanumanji went to the Lord wearing a disguise. He was not his true self, he took the form of a Brahmin. It is said that every man has 3 characters. That which he portrays, that which he has, and that which he thinks he has. If we go to the Lord with anything but our true self, our true character, he will not accept us. He will not even recognize us. Hanumanji wore a disguise because he had an ulterior motive. He was not there to worship Bhagavan Ram or Lakshmana, but he was there to inquire about where they were going and why they were wandering around the forest. So when people wear masks, they hide their true identity. They feel safe, and they feel that they cannot be in trouble. People rob banks and stores with masks on. By not showing who they are, they feel like they are not going to be in trouble. In the same way, we use different things to hide our eyes, to cover our eyes. We use binoculars to see far, different lenses. We use reading glasses to see close. We use sunglasses to see in the sun. We use different disguises every day. At work, we are a professional. At home, you are mothers, fathers, brothers, and sisters. At school, we are students. At Mandir, we are devotees. Which one of these is our true self? And who are we if we have all these disguises within us? Our true self is the devotee. Why? Because a devotee is a professional. A devotee will come and sweep the altar without being told. Will clean up. Will do the worship of Bhagavan without being told. A devotee will study the hymns of Bhagavan, study all his glories, like a student. A devotee is loving and caring, like a mother, father, brother, or sister. We can only apply our true self, a peaceful person who does not need to be told anything, who does not need to change who they are, who's constantly devoted to what they do. And then we will be recognized. Recognized by who? By God. And by others as a devotee. They will know who you are just by looking at your actions. After Hanumanji bows to Sri Ram, he reveals his true form out of love, this form of a monkey. Bhagavan Ram says, Jai Ram Shri Ram, Jai Jai Rama, Jai Ram Shri Ram, Jai Jai Rama, Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Rama, Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Rama, Bhagavan Ram says to Hanumanji, listen, O monkey, you are twice as dear to me as Lakshman, my own brother. He says, I look at all equally, but a devotee is more dear to me because a devotee depends on me and me alone. Knowing that Prabhu Sri Ram recognizes him now, Hanumanji tells him that there is another devotee of his named Sugriv sitting on